LPBW's Amy Roloff enjoys date night with husband Chris. Marek'Love him so much. Hello viewers, I am Alana. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Ands of little people. Big world have followed Amy Roloff through many chapters of her life. From the early days of raising her children on Roloff farms to her emotional divorce from Matt Roloff, and finally, her new beginning with Chris Marek. Today, Amy's life looks very different from her early years on the show. One of the clearest signs? Her regular date nights with Chris Marek, and how openly happy she seems to be recently. Amy shared a sweet post about a romantic evening out with her husband Chris. She captioned the moment simply but meaningfully, "Date night with my love. Love him so much." It sent LPBW fans into a joyful spiral, and for good reason. Let's dive deep into this heartwarming moment, Amy and Chris' love story, how fans have reacted, and what this moment represents in the larger arc of Amy's life post-divorce. When Amy and Matt Roloff divorced in 2016 after nearly 30 years of marriage, many fans wondered what the future would hold for her. Their split was publicly messy and emotionally difficult to watch, especially since both of them continued to live and work on Roloff farms afterward. Amy admitted on the show that it was incredibly difficult to move forward, not just emotionally but logistically, leaving the farmhouse she had lived in for decades, letting go of the idea of growing old with Matt, and figuring out what her next chapter would look like. Little did she know, her new beginning would arrive in the form of a real estate agent named Chris Marek. Amy met Chris in 2016 during a singles mixer event. At the time, she was hesitant to date, still recovering from her divorce and not sure she was ready to open up again. But Chris made an impression on her. Slowly but surely, he became a regular part of her life, and soon, the LPBW cameras started capturing their budding romance. Unlike Matt, Chris wasn't a farmer or involved in building projects. He was a motorcycle-riding, adventure-loving real estate professional who brought a totally different energy to Amy's life. Fans saw a different side of Amy with Chris, more spontaneous, more relaxed, and visibly happy. Their relationship progressed gradually but surely. In 2019, Chris proposed to Amy, and they got married in August 2021 in a stunning outdoor ceremony at Roloff Farms. Though it was Matt's property, the family came together to make the event beautiful and peaceful, symbolizing how far they'd all come. Since their wedding, Amy and Chris have seemed to settle into a cozy rhythm of married life. They love hosting friends, cooking together, going on road trips, and yes, enjoying romantic date nights. Amy often shares glimpses of their adventures on Instagram and Facebook, from winery visits and motorcycle rides to quiet evenings at home. Their bond seems based on mutual respect, shared joy, and the ability to support each other without trying to fix or change the other. Chris is often praised by fans for his calm demeanor and how attentively he listens to Amy, especially during emotional moments. In one memorable episode of Little People, Big World, Amy opened up about her lingering insecurities post-divorce. Chris responded not with judgment or defensiveness, but with reassurance. "I love you for who you are," he told her. That kind of support has helped Amy grow more confident and present in her new life. The latest post that got fans buzzing showed Amy and Chris at dinner, dressed nicely, with glasses of wine in hand and a soft, candlelit glow in the background. The caption read, "Simple, yet powerful." The photo showed two people genuinely enjoying each other's company. Amy wore a big smile, and Chris had his arm around her. For longtime viewers who followed her struggles, it felt like a full-circle moment. Thousands of fans liked and commented on the post, with many saying things like, some longtime LPBW followers even contrasted this with her dynamic with Matt, noting that Amy now seems much more relaxed and supported in her relationship. There are a few reasons why LPBW fans have latched onto Amy and Chris' love story so strongly. Amy and Chris represent the idea that love doesn't have an expiration date. Amy was in her 50s when she started dating again. Watching her find genuine joy in a new relationship gives hope to viewers of all ages who might be navigating heartbreak or starting over. Amy and Chris are not flashy or overly curated. Their date nights aren't staged extravaganzas. They're real, everyday moments that many couples can relate to. From casual dinners to sipping wine at home, they show how romance can thrive in simplicity. LPBW fans appreciate that Chris listens and communicates with Amy in ways that seem healthy and supportive. He encourages her passions, joins her in her projects, like cooking and charity work, and respects her boundaries. While Amy and Chris have built a strong marriage, blending lives in your 50s isn't always seamless. Amy has 4 grown children, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob. And Chris had never been married before. Navigating that dynamic took patience and understanding. Additionally, with Matt still in the picture due to family and the farm, there have been tense moments. Chris and Matt have interacted several times on the show, and while there's mutual respect, there's also underlying awkwardness. Yet, through it all, Chris has remained grounded and focused on his life with Amy. He's made an effort to bond with her kids and grandkids, attends family events, and supports Amy through thick and thin. In interviews, Amy has often emphasized how important it is for couples, especially those in long-term relationships, to carve out time just for each other. "We get so busy with life, errands, responsibilities," she once said on her Instagram Live. "It's so easy to forget to connect. That's why Chris and I try to go out just the 2 of us whenever we can." These date nights, though simple, serve as intentional pauses where Amy and Chris get to be more than just husband and wife. They get to be friends, lovers, and partners all at once. Whether it's dinner, a movie, or even a walk around town, the point is connection. Fans have noticed that Amy has become more confident in her skin since marrying Chris. She posts regularly about her cooking classes, online boutique, motivational talks, and family time. Many credit Chris's steady encouragement as part of that growth. "He doesn't try to dim my light," she said during a podcast appearance. "He helps me shine." That kind of partnership has made Amy a role model for people moving on after divorce, showing that healing is possible and happiness is worth chasing, even if it looks different than what you once imagined. While Amy is the public face of their relationship, Chris remains mostly low-key. He isn't on social media and rarely gives interviews. Still, when he appears on LPBW or in Amy's posts, fans instantly gravitate to him for his kindness and sincerity. Amy once called him "my calm in the storm," and that seems like a perfect description. When LPBW episodes get emotionally charged or revisit old family tensions, Chris often steps in with a neutral, supportive presence that doesn't escalate drama. The Little People, Big World's future remains uncertain as the Roloff children start their own lives away from the cameras. Amy and Chris continue to thrive. They've been traveling more, spending time with their grandkids, and possibly looking to downsize from their current house to something smaller and more manageable. Amy has also hinted at writing another book, possibly about life after divorce and finding new love. Chris, as always, is her #1 fan. Whatever the next chapter holds, one thing is clear: Amy and Chris are writing it together. Amy Roloff's date night with Chris Marek was more than just dinner and drinks. It was a quiet celebration of love reborn. In a world that often focuses on youth, glamour, or drama, Amy and Chris are a refreshing reminder that love at any age can be joyful, fulfilling, and deeply meaningful. Their journey hasn't been perfect, but it's real. And that's what keeps fans coming back, watching 2 people choose each other again and again in small, everyday moments like a simple date night. Amy Roloff to celebrate 1 year of marriage with Chris Marek on wonderful amazing trip in Italy. Amy Roloff, star of Little People, Big World, has always worn her heart on her sleeve. From her journey as a mom to her ventures as a businesswoman and author, viewers have followed her transformation over nearly 2 decades. And now, as she embarks on a new chapter with her husband Chris Marek, fans are getting a glimpse into one of the most romantic milestones of her life, celebrating her first wedding anniversary with a dreamy trip to Italy. Amy Roloff met Chris Marek after her divorce from ex-husband Matt Roloff in 2016, after nearly 30 years of marriage and a highly publicized split. Amy wasn't sure she'd ever find love again. Yet Chris entered her life at a time when she was rediscovering herself, hosting events, writing her memoir A Little Me, and diving into home projects. Chris, a real estate agent with a love for travel and motorcycles, quickly showed Amy a new side of companionship, one built on respect, adventure, and laughter. Fans were initially cautious but soon warmed up to Chris as he became a steady, supportive figure in Amy's life. Their chemistry was undeniable on LPBW. The proposal, set during dinner at their favorite restaurant, brought Amy to tears, and fans swooned. Despite delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, the couple finally tied the knot on August 28, 2021, in a stunning outdoor ceremony at Roloff Farms. Now, as Amy and Chris prepare to mark their first wedding anniversary, the couple has announced plans for an unforgettable journey, a multi-week trip through Italy. In a recent Instagram post, Amy shared, "I can't believe it's almost been a year. Time flies when you're married to your best friend. Chris and I are heading to Italy to celebrate our anniversary, and I couldn't be more excited. Wine, history, romance. It's going to be a wonderful, amazing trip." The post, accompanied by a photo of the couple clinking glasses of wine on their patio, quickly racked up thousands in comments. Fans are overjoyed to see Amy thriving, embracing love, and experiencing new adventures in her second marriage. The itinerary, shared in snippets through interviews and posts, includes iconic Italian cities like Rome, to explore ancient history and admire landmarks like the Colosseum and the Vatican, Florence. For the art, Renaissance architecture, and Tuscan charm. Venice. A romantic gondola ride through the canals is on Amy's bucket list. Amalfi Coast. With its stunning cliffs, seaside villages, and lemon groves, this region promises breathtaking views and indulgent relaxation. Amy has always had a love for culture and history, and fans who've read her books or followed her travels know how much she enjoys exploring. Chris, who has a more adventurous side, is reportedly planning a few surprises for Amy throughout the journey. In an interview with People, Chris joked, "I'll let Amy handle the itinerary, but I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. She won't know what hit her." In a good way. Amy Roloff has been candid about the differences between her first and second marriages. At 60, she says she brings a new perspective into her relationship with Chris. "I'm more confident in who I am now. I don't feel like I have to be someone I'm not. With Chris, I feel like I can just be Amy, and that's enough." Their anniversary isn't just about celebrating a year of marriage, but a deeper connection built on maturity, patience, and mutual support. Chris and Amy have often spoken about how they've learned to navigate differences. He's more spontaneous, she's a planner, and how that balance keeps their relationship strong. Onlooper viewers have seen the couple tackle everything from home renovations to moving in together. Their dynamic is often lighthearted but rooted in deep affection and trust. Social media erupted with support and love when Amy posted about their trip. Some fans wrote, "You deserve all the happiness in the world, Amy. So happy to see you thriving." Italy? Wow, what a dream. Can't wait to see all the pictures. Chris is such a gentleman. You two were meant to find each other. Many LPBW followers have been with Amy since the early days of the show and feel invested in her journey. Seeing her in a happy, stable relationship has been healing not just for Amy, but for fans who watched her go through heartbreak and growth. Amy's 4 children, Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob, have all moved into their own chapters of adulthood, and the family dynamic has evolved. While not all of her children appear on LP regularly, Amy maintains a close relationship with them and her grandchildren. In fact, her grandchildren were part of her wedding celebration, and Amy often shares moments with them on social media. Although this trip to Italy is a romantic getaway for just the two of them, Amy mentioned wanting to bring the grandkids on a trip someday. Maybe when they're older, we'll do a big family trip to Europe. Right now, though, it's about Chris and me enjoying this special milestone. As Amy reflects on her first year of marriage to Chris, she often expresses gratitude, not just for her husband, but for the journey that brought her here. "I wouldn't be the person I am without the experiences I've had, the good and the hard. I've learned to hold on to joy, to take chances, and to be open to love." Italy, in many ways, is symbolic of this new chapter. A place of beauty, romance, and history. It mirrors the depth and warmth of Amy's relationship with Chris. It's more than a vacation. It's a celebration of resilience, growth, and shared dreams. While TLC has yet to confirm if Amy and Chris' Italian adventure will be featured in future episodes of Little People, Big World, fans are hopeful. Given the popularity of Amy's storyline and the growing interest in her life post-divorce, it wouldn't be surprising if cameras followed at least part. Amy has always been transparent with fans, and sharing bits of their anniversary adventure could add another layer of authenticity and heart to the series. Whether or not the trip airs, Amy promised plenty of updates via Instagram, saying, "You better believe I'll be sharing pics, from pasta plates to sunsets beyond travel." Amy and Chris are continuing to build a life together in their new home, which they purchased shortly before their wedding. The couple has been working on various home improvement projects, from garden beds to a cozy deck where they host friends and family. Amy also continues her business ventures, including Amy Roloff's Lil Kitchen, a brand that sells fudge, baking kits, and seasonal recipes. She also hosts Facebook Lives, where she chats with fans, shares cooking tips, and opens up about her life. Chris, meanwhile, remains active in real estate and often supports Amy's ventures behind the scenes. He's also grown more comfortable in front of the camera, even joking with fans during LPBW scenes. The couple has hinted at more travel in the future, possibly including a trip to Chris' dream destination, New Zealand. Perhaps the most touching aspect of Amy and Chris' story is that it reminds fans, especially those navigating life after major transitions, that love, joy, and new adventures can come at any age. Amy Roloff's Italy anniversary trip isn't just a vacation. It's a chapter in a love story that proves life doesn't end after divorce. It just begins a new, beautiful narrative. Whether they're sipping wine under the Tuscan sun, wandering cobbled streets in Florence, or simply holding hands while watching a sunset, Amy and Chris are doing more than marking a year together. They're living a love that was worth the wait.